Hey everybody, Ryan McCaffrey with IGN here. I am joined by our foremost Gears of War expert and superfan, the great Mitch Dyer.
Good day, sir.
It is a good day because at E3 we got Gears of War 4 announced. We knew it was coming.
Of course.
Microsoft bought the entire Gears of War IP from Epic Games. They handed it off to Black Tusk Studios, who recently renamed themselves, fittingly enough, The Coalition.
How about that?
They will be the 343 of Gears of War.
Indeed.
Gears of War is all they will do. And their first project announced here, we got to see a pretty good look at Gears of War 4. So what jumped out at you first here, Mitch?
This is a longer demo than I thought we were going to get for Gears 4. We learned a little bit, not a lot. This is a very secretive teaser, but things I picked up on immediately. I just want to rewind a little bit here. You get a little bit of a clear look here of JD's Lancer, JD being the new main character. We'll get to him in a little bit. The stock on his magazine looks a little bit thinner than the Mark II Lancer from Gears of War 3. Minor difference, but as he walks into the light here, we get a look at the wooden stock on his Lancer. I love it. It just makes it look fancy.
Yeah, nice retro kind of touch.
Yeah, like a retro Lancer with less duct tape and more just, fine wooden finish.
Looks like he's rocking the shotgun on his back,
Yeah,
too.
he's definitely got a Nasher on his back there. It also has the wood stock, which I love. Maybe they both have it, so it's like, I don't know, new mandated style to just have very fancy looking weapons. JD and Kate also have, I like the shoulder straps. It's a very Coalition border government's look to have like the glowing shoulder straps like Marcus had. But the COG isn't really around anymore, so I don't know why they'd be armored, why they're out hunting, what they're doing. And we don't really learn a whole lot about either of these characters, but
she's rocking a Nasher on her shoulder, on her back
yeah,
there too, as long with some sick tattoos.
Yeah, so I wondered if she had any relation to Ty? I think it was Ty. Because Ty was all covered in tattoos, but I don't know, there's no real similarities between the imagery that they have. Ty's is a lot more tribal. Hers is kind of just like cool.
She's rocking the beanie too.
Yeah, I like that. Marcus has a bandana. Kate's got a beanie. It's good. It's real casual.
Do we know anything about who these two people are?
Not really. I mean, we don't know when
is
this
is a prequel? Is this after? Do we know? We don't know any of that yet.
I would guess this is not a prequel, given that Judgment didn't do nearly as well as was expected, but. We are still on Sarah. You can see the twin moons, unless they're on a different planet with twin moons, but safe assumption we are on Sarah.
Right.
You pointed out this sign up top.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, it's a remnant, so you can see that fort, they're heading towards the fort and away from the town market.
Okay, so I really like this town that they're in. You get a good look at it. We'll scrub through a little bit here because they just kind of walk.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting to me about this, Mitch, is Gears of War 3, when it debuted, it visually just blew us away. It
was awesome.
I mean, it was like, holy crap, next gen is here. I'll say I didn't quite get that same feeling from this first teaser, but we're seeing a lot of cool lighting effects and a lot of the wind blowing through the trees.
Yeah.
It's a lot more more subtle things, but it's still a very visually impressive game here.
I love the detail here, and you can see like the plants here. They're kind of something happened in this town a while ago. Like you can see that these buildings have been torn apart.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like they just fell down. Like there's destruction here.
Yeah,
and
it's been overgrowth.
Yeah, and like the overgrowth just shows like this has been wrecked for a while.
All right, let's move on.
Scrub past here, yeah, just some chit chat as they walk up. I was trying to find like any significance about this fountain, and I just was clinging, couldn't do anything. I do like that there's a chair here that like one dude likes to come and sit by this fountain.
The old guy, the sort of wise old man of the town would relax in front of the fountain.
So as we scrub forward, I love this. You see like the wind or the tornado coming into play, and you can see the wind is picking up, and it is, like you said, a very cool effect, and the trees start waving really hard, and it starts having an effect on the environment. And it's just a lot more of those Gears of War scripted moments. That
Winds of War 4.
Perfect. I love this tornado. It's so terrifying.
Yeah. Uh-oh. It's time to go.
This truck that's just ready to flip over. Yeah, so I think this is really where like the visual spectacularness of Gears comes in, right? Like it's about the destruction, it's about the changing environments, and I hope that comes into play in a way that's significant throughout the campaign, and it's not just a scripted moment where they block a path.
Right. Well, you bring up too about the destruction. The whole artistic theme of the original Gears of War, really the original trilogy, was destroyed beauty.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, we definitely have things destroyed here. I wonder how the art direction will change.
Yeah, a lot of the old art direction was very Roman, in it, marble buildings, big, very official-looking government buildings.
Yeah.
Here, it's in a small town with some castle-style stuff, like maybe a cathedral here and there. They kick into a library right here, and it's clearly old. It's abandoned and wrecked. But this scene here, more than anything, reminds me of Gears 1, where you're in a tight space.
Yes.
And it's just ominous and almost like a survival horror game rather than a shooter.
Yeah, bringing some of those, just really tightening the action rather than bringing it more claustrophobic rather than the big. Remember, Cliff Bleszinski would always talk about the combat bowls of the original trilogy, and I'm sure we'll get plenty of that.
Of course. So here you see JD and Kate walking through the library. They find this like weird organic bowl.
It's getting disgusting now.
Yeah, and to me, I wonder if he pokes into it and gets covered in this glowing goo. I wonder, is this emulsion?
You would think, right? I mean, that's
because
he doesn't seem super bothered by the fact that this crap's all over him.
Yeah, Kate just kind of makes
he's
fun
annoyed,
of him for
but
it. Yeah. His flashlight gets knocked out, so it clearly has some effect on electronics. But then, yeah, it does stick with him, and it's there throughout, I think, the entire demo. Just he's all covered in goo.
Let's move it forward.
Yeah, now it's just kind of dark. So again, yeah, you see them come out, like again, this overgrowth, just reclaiming the city. I like it a lot. And then there, I mean, we've been prowling after this monster. We see JD and Kate chasing after it. We don't really get a good look at it yet, but I really love that you almost see it, and it has that element of
classic monster movie.
It's so good, and it's exactly like Gears 1 for me. Like that menacing threat that you are afraid of. Because by Gears 2 and 3, you're like, oh, whatever, I'm a monster. Right. I can do whatever I want. But here, it's like, this stuff is mysterious and weird and gross in the same way discovering the Locust for the first time was in Gears 1. Oh, also, I did want to point out, I want to rewind here, as they're exiting the library, this is no joke, like one of my favorite things in this, new door kick animation. Like, it used to always be Marcus using his, like, whole body to wind up and then kick that door in a way that never felt believable to me, and I love that animation so much now.
Some things have to change after 10 years.
So here you get a good look at the town. Like I said, it's, like, very old medieval European.
Yeah, there's definitely a European kind of vibe to it.
With like the big cannon on the left side, flag in the middle. I was trying to get a good look. It's a little dark, and I still can't really see what is on that. Trying to figure out if that'll tell us where we are specifically, but I got nothing.
And now this is more reminiscent of a combat bowl area here.
Absolutely.
Lots of spots for cover, and we're going to see, of course, the monster come in here in a second.
And again, this whole area, you get to see these buildings were affected by something that... I mean, you see the plants taking over, but also whatever this organic matter is taking over because this town is abandoned or killed. Everyone inside was killed, but like the armament up top there is just crumbled inside. The building in the center was clearly hit by something head-on. Bad things happened here.
The other big question that this trailer raises for me is this one of those times where you are a squad of 4, probably not Delta Squad.
Sure,
but and you're just split up here, or is it a 2-player focused game now?
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is like a traditional Gears of War 1 style 2 players, or if it's part of a mission. We're only getting to see some of it.
Let's see this guy.
So this is the new
this moonlit tail boner.
And the thing, as he jumps here, I want to point this out. This is cool. I like his armadillo-style armor.
Yes.
He's got this, like, not like an exoskeleton, but very protective armor over top of his body, which means, I mean, if you look at his front, and when he jumps, like, he's probably exposed on the body.
You're going to have to shoot the belly.
Yeah, you probably can't shoot him from behind very well.
Or maybe the tail.
Yeah, they shoot him in the face a bunch.
Yeah. that works, too.
That's always a good solution. Something here with JD I want to point out. I mean, yeah, we can stop here and just take another closer look at the Gnasher, which he's going to pull out in a few. And you just get a good look at his armor. It's almost like the new Batman Arkham Knight armor, where it's very metallic and mechanical.
Yeah.
It looks less...
It's refined.
It looks newer, so this, to me, points that like we are farther along in the timeline.
I suppose that I'm being a little dumb. The number 4 in the title would suggest that it's not a prequel.
Right, yeah. I guess we could have drawn that. I missed it again. I'm so bad at driving these. Here we go. Gosh, where is it? He's got a new insignia on his chest that I want to point out.
Oh yeah, you were talking to me about this earlier.
I can't find it. We'll go back and find it, but it's not the Coalition of Order Government's skull. It's not the UIR logo, so I don't really know who JD is working for.
I would be shocked if they got away from the Crimson icon. I mean, it's such
it's
cool. Iconic. I mean, it's become so recognizable.
So
this series.
With this monster, I'm not entirely sure that this is one of the hollow monsters that we see from the original series. You know, like the underground dwelling locust and their creatures. Like it doesn't look completely the same as those things.
Look at the face. It definitely has a family resemblance.
Sure, to the Corpser and the Bloodmount, I think, are the closest things that it resembles. And it's totally possible that it is one of those underground dwellers and that the locusts are back. But for the most part, like, the Locusts were wiped out, and there was not a whole lot of what were the Emotion guys?
Oh gosh, yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah,
Mitch.
man, should have wrote that down.
He's got 2 of his friends behind
yeah.
him here too.
So I do like this, and they shoot with the spines from range, which means you got to take cover. You've got that tail, which I actually just noticed. His tail lights up when he's firing, so it flares up here and glows.
That's time to move.
Yeah, that's the tell to like get in cover. And I like that the car like reacts to his body. I would assume that there's some kind of like you see the windows destroying himself, getting destroyed by the spines. I wonder if the cover's destructible in some way.
Boom! Nice pause right there.
Nailed it. I love this. It's the difference of 1 frame, right?
Yep.
Whole and then in
Splat.
pieces. Classic Gears. That instant jib with the Nasher shotgun. Gross.
I'm a Gib guy myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I used to be, and I don't know where this is. It a hard G or soft G that I use with J?
I don't know. It just
I always mix them up.
The J sounds wrong to me. Anyway.
That's fair.
We saw there, of course, the weapon select, all familiar tools of the trade there.
Absolutely. So
we finally get to see the chainsaw in action.
Yeah, and this is actually the chainsaw comes because of something that's interesting. She's down but not out because she has something on top of her. She's pinned by this monster and unable to do anything, so that the partner, you know, if I'm playing a skate and I'm down, you have to help me or this thing's going to kill me. And I like that the way he does that is he charges, he kicks it in the face, and then chainsaws it. Like, it's such an amazing melee combo. And then we see the exact same thing happen here as JD as he gets past. I like this. It's mid-reload. He's doing the active reloads. The clip falls out, and he's like, I'm going to be fine.
Bad timing.
And this thing just takes
no
him
bullets.
Down. And then, I don't know. We see a lot of game demos end on like really bleak death notes. But his arm is getting gnawed. This thing is terrifying. And then the demo ends. I'm really trying to find where that thing is with his new symbol because it's really interesting. It's like a set of wings.
I know you saw it. It's in here.
I did, yeah. Maybe back a little bit. He keeps covering up with his gun. What a butt. Yeah, so we don't learn a whole lot about Gears 4 in this trailer, but we do get a few hints of things. This is very much a teaser of what's to come, both in terms of gameplay and characters
and we got a
story.
Holiday 2016 window.
Which is exciting. That means, you know, the big AAA shooter next year on Xbox is going to be Gears, which shouldn't be surprising.
Halo 5 this year, Gears next year, and then 2017, I guess we'll wait and see, because Halo is traditionally every 3 years.
Yeah.
I would suspect Gears will be every 2 to 3 years.
Yeah. I'm not finding it, Ryan.
Well, you've failed us all, Mitch.
I know. I'm a disappointment to my family. Yeah, but hey, trust me, it's there, I swear. So I am very curious who these two are working for and what they're doing and what their goals are. Like, they come out here to hunt this thing, and then it turns on them, and they become prey. I do like that a lot. It's very, very terrifying sort of thing to have to deal with at the end of this demo.
Well, we will have, obviously, so much more on Gears of War 4 over the next year and a half as it readies up for launch, and you can expect our main man here, Mitch Dyer, to be on top of all of it. So for more on all things Gears of War 4, you're already in the right place right here at IGN.